It's super smoothed out, and this is with all face beautification off. And now, just before we start to wrap this up and to crown a winner, we have to talk special modes. These are your extra features, things like slow-mo, cinematic portrait mode style video, and close-up macro shots. Last time I awarded the win to the iPhone, partly because Apple's slow motion video just looked higher quality than Samsung's, and to be honest, I'd still say that's the case this time round. Samsung hasn't done much to remedy it. Although I do like the fact that on the S25 Ultra, you can effectively instant slow-mo any video just by holding down on it. Both phones are fairly comparable with cinematic mode video. Samsung's is a little dark, but I wouldn't say it actually looks any worse. What has, though, dramatically changed in Samsung's favor is macro mode. So when you go really close to an object, both of these phones will switch to their ultra-wide cameras because these cameras have shorter focusing distances, and then they will crop into that ultra-wide to both make the transition less janky and also cut off the distortion that you would usually get around the edges of an ultra-wide shot. But then, if you really think about it, that's not great because you're using a lesser camera to take the shot and you're not even getting the full picture from that lesser camera, which is pretty much why historically macro shots are not the prettiest. But since Samsung's ultra-wide camera has now just gone from 12 megapixel all the way to 50, similar to what the iPhone is now, it gives the phone way more room to retain a high resolution even with that crop. Okay, let's make one thing very clear. Portrait mode shots are absolutely class on the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. I just feel like the edge detection and the style in almost all lighting conditions is nicer than Apple's. Doesn't this just look great? The iPhone has a sort of faintness to it that isn't doing it any favors. Now, Apple does get a slight boost when you take portraits using its main one-time zoom camera, since, as we talked about, every photo that comes out that camera will come out at a nice, crisp 24 megapixels. But then again, I think you'd be doing your portraits a disservice by taking them at 1x. Your subject is going to look way more proportionally correct if you instead shoot at 3x zoom or even 5x zoom and you take a few steps back. And in both of those cases, it's a Samsung win.